is Jamie Bogenschutz, and I serve as the Executive Consultant at Yes Community Counseling Center. Yes is a nonprofit community-based organization serving the complex needs of children, families, and adults in our communities. Many of you may be familiar with Yes, as we also administer Commerce Plaza, the Children's Business Center, and we have welcomed many of your chambers and your schools to our Business Simulation Center, teaching children about financial literacy, career readiness skills, so that they can embark upon the world of work. The Council, on your behalf, has also continued to sponsor Commerce Plaza, where children learn and are exposed to the important roles of the chambers and what we do in chambers, and the important role that the chambers play in every one of our communities. So I served as the past president of the Massapequa Chamber of Commerce. Yay! And Yes is a proud member in both the Levittown and Farmingdale chambers. As you may know, working within the nonprofit sector is a challenge, and oftentimes our critical work does not come to the forefront of attention until our communities face crises or tragedies. Our council, however, in its wisdom, sought to recognize the important role and the work that nonprofits do to serve the growing needs in our communities. Years ago, it was agreed that the nonprofit organization who has made a profound impact in our communities would be recognized for its accomplishments. This year, the Council is proud to celebrate the profound impact that Long Island Harvest has had on many of our communities. And before we go on, we're going to pause just for a moment because we have a video to show you about Long Island Harvest. And my apologies, because I think I said Long Island Harvest instead of Island Harvest, so please forgive me. So actually, when I look around today, so many of us today, we are blessed with food on our tables. We have breakfast, we have lunch, we have dinner, and regular meals to nourish ourselves. That cannot be said for all Long Islanders. With locations in both Nassau and Suffolk counties, Island Harvest for over 30 years has worked tirelessly to end hunger and reduce food waste on Long Island. We read about food insecurity for our children, families, seniors, veterans, and adults, but you may not realize that the number of those who are food insecure are just staggering. Over 313,000, or 2.7% of our Long Island population. Island Harvest also supports over 300 nonprofit organizations with emergency feeding programs across Long Island. And as costs continue to rise, the number of people in need of helping resources also continues to rise. Making food available, enhancing hunger awareness, collection efforts, and so much more collectively makes a difference in everyday life. It is an honor for me, especially as I recognize one of our nonprofit partners, to introduce you to Brian Leedy. Brian is the Chief Development Officer of Island Harvest. Since 2000, I originally prepared this for Randy, who I thought was so Randy, and many of you know Randy. She's been with the organization since 2001. But the dedication and commitment that Island Harvest shows to each one of us and all the families that we serve, we are just so profoundly grateful. So I would like to present you, on behalf of Island Harvest, and on behalf of the council and all of the chambers, a check. It's not a real check, but it'll do good today. It's a check. Thank you for everything you did. Thank you. Oh, he wants us in front.
No, this isn't Randy's Halloween mask. I wanted to scare everybody. I'm honored to be here on behalf of Island Harvest, Long Island's leading hunger relief organization. Randy Shubin-Dresner, our president and CEO, sends her warmest regards. She truly wished to be here this morning and regrets not being here. But thank you to the Nassau Council Chamber of Commerce, Frank. Thank you for everything, and its members for recognizing Island Harvest as the nonprofit organization of the year. This honor reflects the heart and mission and strength of our community. Our mission, as many of you know, and many of you are our partners, is to end hunger and reduce food waste. We can do it. I like to always say it's simpler than that. No one in our community should have to worry about when their next meal is going to come or where to get their next meal. It really is an important mission. Right now, we're unfortunately facing a crisis, one that threatens the well-being of thousands of our neighbors right now. In the last 6 months alone, we've lost over $4 million in funding, money that would have went to directly buy food from local farmers in New York, Long Island, across New York State, to buy food, produce, fresh produce for our neighbors, everyday people in the community. And we're bracing for more. Federal furloughs with the government shutdown, lost paychecks, and cuts to SNAP benefits, which will take effect November 1st, tomorrow. Close to 40,000 of our neighbors, or Long Islanders, have suddenly lost their paychecks, government workers. 180,000 people on Long Island alone who depend on SNAP benefits are at risk of losing them entirely. Look, our neighbors, many of the people that don't know where their next meal comes from, they could be in this room, they're your neighbors. Everybody's impacted by this. Long Island is a challenging place to live from a cost factor and affordability. Most of our neighbors who are on SNAP are almost 50% are working 2-3 jobs. They're working people. They are families. They are active members of our community. And now, through no fault of their own, their bottom is being pulled out from underneath them for food. And we're not talking large amounts of money. We're talking on average $250 a month in benefits, a month to buy groceries. I think we can handle this together. We remain focused. Our guiding purpose to end hunger, with your help, keep us moving forward. Because this isn't about politics. It's about people, life back. It's about people. That's how we do it. We work together. We help save lives. But imagine, many of us, when you grew up, maybe you faced food insecurity. I grew up in a union household. Many times when the family was on strike, my father was on strike, we didn't know where our next meal was coming. We lived on spaghetti, for many days, many days. So imagine just the stress of not having enough food to get through the day. Imagine a parent sending their child off to school with not enough food. We provide 3,100 meals every weekend to children across Long Island with food kid weekend backpacks program, because they don't know where their next meal is coming through the weekend. But that's only a small portion of the people. There's 45,000 kids on Long Island that don't know where their next meal is coming from. So we're only capturing a piece of that. And that's a 100% privately funded program that we're helping schools and children and families feed. We can do this, but we must do it together. We remain hopeful. A lot going on, a lot of information out there. But every day someone says to me, Island Harvest does great work. And I'm thankful for that, and it's the team that puts that together. But they ask, what can we do to help? And that spirit drives us forward, really pushes us forward. 30% of our support comes from individual donors, people in the community, people in this audience, and it's an important piece of our work to have private support. And we've just yesterday, we've had many calls coming out, seeing the news of the SNAP crisis and offering to help. 400 of our corporate partners, we have 400 corporate partners that are helping us every day pack food for seniors, for children, doing food distributions, supporting us financially. You're part of the network that helps us feed our community and our neighbors. So right now what we need the most is for you to be advocates on our behalf, also to support us financially, and be partners, as you have been, but we're asking you to come forward even more so now. So let me close with one story that impacted me greatly earlier this year. A young mother came into our food pantry. Her husband just lost her job, and she was emotional, said, "I've never thought I would have to come to receive services, emergency food service." And through tears, she said she had an infant in her arms. "I just want to feed my baby. I just want to feed my baby." So, and those words just, I think, reminded and should remind us of the work we do, why your support matters now more than ever. It's every can, every dollar, every act of kindness adds up to hope. And it's with partners like the Nassau County Chamber of Commerce and its members, with all of you, we're not just feeding people, we're building a stronger and more compassionate Long Island. And I thank you very much.